It's not from WCAJ. He's on a public street. He's still on a public street. If she don't want him here, she needs to take him home.
Why? What's wrong with you?
If she don't want him here,
and I have the right to be here.
And I have the right to ask him a question.
He's underage.
It doesn't matter. He's in a public street. Tough shit. Tough shit.
No, it's not tough shit.
Take your best shot, Slick. You don't have the balls. Go ahead, go for it. Hey, hold my camera.
No.
Take your best shot.
No.
Take your best shot, Slick. No.
This is not what it's about, though.
He needs
Why are you harassing a kid?
I'm not harassing him. I'm
harassing a kid. You're harassing a goddamn kid.
I'm asking him. You guys are jumping in my face.
Oh, we're in the gate.
Then step aside and let me ask my question.
Why are you harassing him?
I'm not harassing him.
Then what are you yelling for?
Hey, kid. Mr. Child.
What's your problem?
I want to ask him, but he's the one.
You're yelling at it. You're not yelling at it. Why are you yelling at a kid?
You're protecting his rights. Are you not? So then he's locked up here. He's opening himself
during the day. So why?
And I have the right to ask him questions.
And you've already started sizing up.
You've
already started sizing up.
You didn't hurt anything.
Sizing up against people.
Yeah.
You didn't hurt anything.
Anytime Slick wants to take his best shot, go for it, baby. You don't have the balls.
So we're going to obey the law. It'd be interesting to watch a journalist break it.
Go ahead. Go for it. Go for it. I don't need to raise my hand. I'm asking Junior a question. I have the right to ask Junior a question.
He's a kid. You're being intimidated.
If he's a kid, then he needs to go home and play Nintendo. He needs to go home and play Tiddlywinks.
Why are you yelling?
He needs to go home and play Tiddlywinks.
His mother asked you not to speak.
She needs to take him home. This is a...
No, he has the right to stand here as well.
So do I. And I have the right to ask him a question.
He's fine to talk to you. This is harassment. You're just still
harassing
him. That's what we're going to. We're putting you in jail where you belong. This is what the prosecutor should be doing, arresting you.
Arresting me for asking him a question.
What was your name again?
Go for it. Randy DeLozier.
I would suggest that everybody gets upset, so why don't you just do like the civil disobedience thing?
My name is David Silverman.
But don't speak to him.
Oh, that's fine.
And then it won't get all crazy.
And I am
That's fine.
president of American.
He places himself on a public street, and then you tell me I ain't allowed to ask him a question. A tough guy
We got a member of the Bedford County.
Come on, how would you like to be 14 and come on.
If his mother was really his mother, then she would take her son home and not expose him to this.
Expose him to what?
I'm sorry?
And I lived in.
All right, great, thank you.
He can come to talk to me all he wants.
Have a little kinship.
That's fine. I can stand and ask him a
Please throw
question.
them away.
Here you go.
And you jumped in my way.
Raising your voice.
I talk loud. I talk loud. You got a problem with it?
Screaming at a kid.
I wasn't screaming at nobody. I talk loud.
Since you got here, you've
I
been screaming.
talk loud. Tough shit. Tough shitty, said the kitty.
Are you 12?
They just make themselves look bad. You don't even have to do it.
Right.
Hey, you're the guys who are the ones who invited him here, obviously. And now,
I didn't.
And now you want to huddle around the poor innocent child.
We're protecting him from
He's
you.
at the center of this
Because you're a loud, aggressive, obnoxious person.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Thank you very much. I am loud and aggressive. You have no idea. I didn't ask you. Too bad.
Well, he's just asking. Isn't that his right to just ask?
That's my answer. Tough shit.
There's kids around and you're correct.
Well, they shouldn't be here then. If they're kids,
Oh, it's a
who would
public
bring
street
a
to
kid
ask
to
him
a
questions, but the
demonstration?
kids can't be on
Who
a
would
public
bring a
street.
kid to a demonstration?
Why shouldn't they bring a kid? Why shouldn't they bring a kid?
Well, then you can't have it both
I
ways.
agree.
You
I
can't
agree.
say he's a kid,
I
but
agree.
then you bring him to a demonstration. You guys
I
make no
didn't say.
sense.
I didn't.
Just because he showed up to a public demonstration.
So it has nothing to do with free will or choice. It has to do.
Do I think?
You run in the car and you drive real fast and you're killed.
We're talking about a child who came down with cancer of no fault of their own.
How about the human being? How about any human being can stop it?
Why did the child?
Stuff in the air. There's loving God. Why didn't you prevent
But he's all powerful.
Why does he do it? But by the same token that he doesn't take, if he was,
There's no evidence.
let me ask you something.
Yes, go ahead.
All right. Man has a choice. He got a choice because God gave him that.
What are the choices?
Now, why would God give man a choice?
A choice
because
of
God, if God was this benevolent as you're talking about, that controls everything, instead of creating human beings with a choice, he'd have made them a bunch of puppets on a string and they'd be all up there like angels bound down and worshiping.
Okay.
He wanted something that of its own free will loved and worshipped him.
Yeah.
So he created man. And because man had a free will, he used that free will to disobey the rules of God. Now we are suffering the punishment of the rules that we broke.
So basically you're saying that Christians are right and Jews and Muslims and Hindus and Buddhists, they're all wrong. Because you have just described the Christian God.
I'm not describing any God. I'm not describing any God.
Of course you are.
No, I'm describing an entity that designed everything. Because
yeah,
if you're
just
smart
avoiding
enough
the
to
word
realize
God at the moment.
if there's a design, there's a designer. It could not have happened by chance. Science tells you that. The latest scientists get into the research. Scientists get into cancer and all this stuff. Ask them if it could happen.
If the universe is infinite, if it goes on forever and ever, if it does, and if time,
Side of you on, buddy.
and if time goes on forever, then anything can happen eventually. Anything can happen. And if mass, if there's unlimited mass, eventually the Encyclopedia Britannica could come together on its own, eventually, just by random stuff happening.
You truthfully believe in time that
Trying to get everybody's side on here.
Encyclopedia Britannica or
That's what
one of
reporting
these
is.
papers.
Well, I have to go to the state police station for that murder press
The
conference.
747.
Because it's having a press conference at 1 o'clock on the murder in Hyman.
I want to go
Okay,
back
well-
to something. You said, what age
Stay here because
were
I'll
you
be
an
back.
atheist?
Okay. Shane's hair done. Okay.
45.
When did you become an atheist? How long were you an atheist?
Well, after I left the building, I was an electronic technician in the Navy. I went to college, and I had these doubts about everything I read. Okay, I doubted it. And so I thought, well,
What were you raised as a child?
I was raised as a Brethren.
Okay, so you were raised by Christian
I
parents.
was raised by Christian parents.
Okay.
But I'm not saying that Allah, the Muslim Allah, and the Christian God are different people. I'm just saying that logic and common sense tells you that if there's a design, there's a designer, because the scientists have proven, and this is the only true science, is mathematics, is statistics. And statistically, it is impossible to a trillionth of a 1 in 1,000 or million that things could have happened.
It's a very low probability, but if time...
Low probability?
Well, that's what you said. It's a very, you said to 1,000 or a million.
Trillions,
That's
right.
But if time goes on for trillions and trillions and trillions of years, and there's trillions and trillions and trillions of cubic feet of mass, and there's trillions and trillions and trillions of space and and energy, then eventually anything good could happen.
Just think of what you said.
Yes.
Just think of what you said.
Yes.
That it would take all this time and everything for something that is such a...
Well, it could happen quickly, or it could take trillions. It's random kind of stuff. It's random kind of stuff. Everything is sort of infinite.
But you think you're